So we moved to the village of Lowangila about 4 years ago, and I began to ask the ladies there what they do to feed their children. They live in mud and stick houses. There are no businesses in the village, so there are no jobs. And they began to tell me this story of how they make charcoal. And the first thing they told me was that they take a piece of fabric and they tie it around their stomach really tight. And that if they do that, they can go all day without getting hungry. Well, I'm not really sure that I believe that. Maybe it's a psychological thing that they do, but that's what they practice. And then they walk 4 hours to the place where they can cut down trees. And when they get there, they cut down trees with a machete. They don't have axes or hatchets. And they cut down trees for about 4 hours. And then they walk 4 hours back home. And when they get back home, their day is not done. They have to cook their food from scratch. There's no Domino's pizza to be ordered or anything like that. And so it's usually at least 2 or 3 more hours before they can go to bed. And when they do go to bed, they're lying down on a dirt floor. Sometimes they have a piece of cardboard they can lay on and blanket, but most of the time it's pretty rough conditions, even while they're sleeping. And then when they get up the next morning, they have to do it again. So for 3 days they do that. They walk 4 hours, they cut down trees for 4 hours, and 4 hours back, and then take care of their children. On the 4th day, when they go, they take the trees that they've cut down and they cut them up into smaller pieces. And on the 5th day, they take that wood that they cut into smaller pieces and they cover it with grass. And then they cover it with mud. And they make little holes in the side of it and put a little fire in there. And the burning grass actually smokes the wood into charcoal. And that's how you make charcoal. So it takes about 36 to 48 hours for it to smoke. And so then they go back when that's finished and they hire a motorcycle to carry their charcoal from the forest to the town that's about 8 miles away. You can imagine if it takes them 4 hours to walk there, carrying nothing but their machete, how long it would take them to carry 1 bag of charcoal back to the road. Well, and they make 5 or 6 bags in a week, so it'd be very difficult. So they hire motorcycles to go and get it, and the motorcycle driver actually ends up making as much money on the charcoal as the ladies do. And so for a week of back-breaking work, they only make about $20. One day in the village, I was outside my house, and it was afternoon, and I heard a big commotion going on at the lady's house that was near to us. The ladies had been out to make charcoal, and the place where they're cutting the trees down is actually on the game preserve. And they got caught by the forest rangers, and the forest rangers were chasing them. Well, the forest rangers carry AK-47s, so they were being chased by men with AK-47s. And they were running, trying to get away. One lady broke her toe. Another lady dropped her machete and lost it. And they were just talking about it, their escape when they got back. So Pauline went home, and the next day she came by to visit me again, as she often does. And as we were talking, when we got through, she said, "I'm going to go check on my charcoal." And I said, "Now wait a minute. Yesterday, they chased you with AK-47s, and today you're going to go back and check on your charcoal?" And she said to me, "What other choice do I have?" Well, the other choice they have is for their children to go hungry. And we mothers know that that's not a very good choice for us. So they risk their life to go to the forest and cut down the trees so that their children will have food to eat. And it was then that God gave me this burden to give them another choice. And that's how the Beading Project started. It's very much a thing that God gave to me to help these women. And if you go out and buy jewelry in the foyer of the church, or if you buy it online, 100% of what you buy goes back to those women. None of it goes to our ministry. But 100% goes back to them to help them feed their families. and they can eat for about $1 a day. So $1 will feed a family for a whole day. So I hope that you will pray for them, and I hope that you will go and buy some jewelry so that they can feed their families. Thank you.